Good evening, my friends. In today's video, I talk about whether the size or length of the male penis is very important in the marital relationship for the wife's pleasure. This is today's video. Okay, I have a surprise for you, my dear husband. In the last video about size from length, I have a surprise with a scientific medical surprise. Watch the video to the end so you know how much, medically and scientifically, the issue of size and length makes a difference or not, and what size and length are required. Okay, today we want to answer a few questions. 1. Is the size or length of the penis important for the wife? 2. Is size really important, as the English say? 3. Do men have anxiety, tension, a problem, or a complex about the issue of the length or size of the penis? 4. Are there men who compare the length of their penis, for example, with their friend, cousin, or an actor in a pornographic film? 5. Does the size or length of the penis affect pleasure in the marital relationship? 6. Is the wife's reaching orgasm related to only balaj 7? What is the average penis size that doesn't have any problems? What is the average length after which there is no problem? Well, these are the questions that we will answer today, and I will talk about size at the end of the video, so stay with me. Well, there is an English proverb that is always said, even in the movies. Size matters, and unfortunately, there are a lot of men who have a complex and a problem with length and size, and they always sit. They have anxiety and tension, and they sit and measure, wanting to be reassured about how long their penis is. Of course, unfortunately, because of pornographic films, and some men have operations and take things in pornographic films, so the shape and length of the penis appears very large. Of course, men unfortunately have complexes. That is why I always advise in my videos that no one should take information or sexual culture from pornographic films. Pornographic films are not a good source of information for marital sexual relations. There is no such thing as a source of information. There is no such thing as fake information. All that you see is acting. Okay, medically and scientifically, let's talk about medicine and science. Dear husband, know that medically and scientifically, size does not affect pleasure in the relationship. Medically, scientifically, and anatomically, I am telling you that the size of the penis does not affect pleasure in the marital relationship. Rest assured, dear husband, the sensitive area in the vagina is located very close to the vaginal opening. It is approximately the first 4 centimeters in the front wall of the vagina. This is the sensitive area in women. And of course, the C, dear husband, as long as you are performing your orgasm during and before the relationship, meaning as long as you are foreplay, as long as you are waiting for your wife to have it, meaning she is stimulated or aroused, then there will be an arrangement. Vaginal secretions will come down in order for the vagina to be arranged so that after that, the penetration process will not be painful. Or you use an intimate lubricant as long as you are doing your part in pleasing her with words, as long as you are aware, conscious, and know where the sensitive areas are in your wife's body, meaning in the wife's clitoris, in a wife's breasts, in her wife's neck. She may be the one who has the secret, as long as you realize that pleasure and enjoyment during the marital relationship is on the journey, while you are together. Pleasure and enjoyment are in you being together, not in you reaching pleasure and enjoyment on the journey, not in arriving. You must give enough time to prepare before the marital relationship. You take a shower and get ready, and she also takes a shower and gets ready. Don't rush while you are in bed. You are not in a state of sedation. Give your wife enough time to get aroused during foreplay. A minimum of 20 minutes. Don't be lazy. Take it easy. Don't be clumsy. We must stimulate the vagina. This topic, guys, is very, very important, my dear husband. Statistics say that 70% of women get pleasure and ecstasy by stimulating the vagina without treatment. Without treatment, 70% of women on the planet get arousal, pleasure, and arrival by stimulating the vagina without treatment. It's 30% stimulate the vagina in addition to the sexual organ. That what arouses women is the seed, not the vagina. Okay, now we are going to talk about something very important. I asked you at the beginning of the video to wait with me so that you could find out. You will tell me, nay, what is the average length and size of the penis? Okay, first you go and get a meter like this to measure while you are at rest and not erect. This is wrong. Why don't you do that? In a relaxed state and not erect, it doesn't matter how tall you are. It doesn't matter if you are comfortable, relaxed, sitting on the couch like this, watching what's going on. It doesn't matter why you measure it, because there are many factors that affect its length during erection while at rest, such as, like weather factors in cold and winter, shrinkage occurs, just like the psychological state if you have anxiety, problems at work, stress. Psychological and nervous pressures, debts, problems and worries. Shrinkage occurs if you have a lot of excess weight, especially in the belly and lower abdomen. The lower abdomen causes shrinkage, puts pressure and shrinks the organ. Okay, Rakaya, what is the length or average of the penis in the erect state? What is the length that the husband can be reassured with? As long as the penis in the erect state is more than 10 centimeters, and many doctors say 9 centimeters, then you are safe. No problem. You do not have any problem. 9 or 10 centimeters, guys. The penis is a channel that delivers semen to it inside the vagina and uterus for pregnancy. Pleasure for women is not necessarily by penetration. It can be achieved through foreplay. I want to tell you again, 70% of women feel ecstasy and pleasure from foreplay without penetration. 30% need foreplay, seed plus penetration. Okay, you will ask me, okay, Rakaya, I am 10 centimeters and I am not happy. I want to be 15. I want to be 20. Okay, there are no medications at all, as long as there are no medications that lengthen the penis, my dear husband. The medications available in the market work to increase blood flow to achieve a stronger erection and a longer erection period for the penis. But there are no medications in the market that lengthen the penis. Okay? Okay, I'm done. I want to hear from you, your opinions in the comments. Does the length of the penis really cause you anxiety, tension, or a problem? Do you really have an idea that the length of the penis affects pleasure or enjoyment? Do you really compare it to pornographic films? I want to know what you think in the comments, and like the video if you liked it. Click on the bell to receive notifications and notifications of new videos. Subscribe to the channel, and I want to know your opinions on my videos, my friends. I love you so much, my friends.